यस तथ्य विश्लेषण सन्तुलित विचारहरू व्यावसायिक पत्रकारिता अथवा सबैभन्दा बढी बोलिने नेपाली भाषाको online पत्रिका हिमालय।
Linda Martin is a most active and energetic mayor of Euless. She served 35 years in Dallas-Fort Worth-based American Airlines. After retiring from American Airlines, she came on community service. In 2014, she elected as the mayor of Euless. Almost 2,000 Nepalese people are living in Euless. Euless is the safest city in the United States. So here with us, Madam Linda Martin. She has a lot of plans to make Euless a great city. So let's talk with her. Mrs. Linda, good morning and welcome to Himalayakhabar online television.
Good morning and thank you for being here.
Could you please say about yourself in short?
I was born actually in a refugee displaced persons camp in Germany. My mother and father fled Estonia when the communists forcibly occupied the country and lived in refugee camps for 7 years until we were able to find sponsorship through a Presbyterian church in Burbank, California. They sponsored our family to come to America. We landed in New York on Christmas Eve of 1951 and headed on a train to California, arriving there in 1952. I started kindergarten shortly after the holidays and learned to speak English in kindergarten. Up until that time, I didn't speak a word of English. I asked my mother, I said, "What did I do when you left me there?" She said, "Mommy, just sit outside the door for a while." So for the first week of school, she sat outside the door, and I proceeded to go home and teach my younger sister to speak English, and here I am. We moved to Texas. We purchased our home and moved in November of '83. My husband and I both worked for American Airlines, and when we retired, he was relocated to Texas when his job moved here, and I was able to come a few months later. So I've been in Euless since 1984. We are still in the same house we purchased back then, and we love it. This is where we'll be for the rest of our lives.
How did you join in politics?
I actually started out volunteering for the Euless Citizens Police and Fire Academies. They're a free course that you can take to learn how both those departments operate, and it's very interesting. Mm-hmm. And after some time, the firefighters decided I should run for city council. Mm-hmm. It was never in my life plan. It was never my goal. But after attending some meetings, I thought, I'm going to be retiring, and this would probably be a good thing to do for my community. So I ran for office for the first time in 2004, was elected, and here I am now facing my 6th re-election campaign, my second as mayor.
You are in early 70s, but how could you manage your time?
I just do it because I have a passion for the city of Euless, and I have a passion for what I do. I also have a little boy in my life who's 5 years old, so that entails a lot of t-ball games and taking care of him. He belongs to a single mother and needed a grandmother, so I became that grandmother. So between Devin and my city events, and of course my husband, I just stay busy. I just keep doing it. And I think it keeps you young.
How do you define by your grandson?
My grandmother would say that I was energetic, that I was smart, that I was resourceful, and that I was caring and loving and put God first in my life. I would say that I let him do almost anything. That I spoil him, that I teach him things, that I play with him, and that he loves me a lot.
How is your election campaign going on? So how effective is it?
It's going very well. I have decided this year not to do any signs, so basically I'm doing personal contacts. I'm calling people and asking them to call their friends, and most importantly, we have historically have very low voter turnout in Euless, and I'd really like to see this year be a record-setting year for voter turnout. The most important thing is that you exercise your right as a citizen to vote. It doesn't really matter who you vote for as long as you vote. Of course, I'm hoping everyone will vote for me.
Why are you giving your candidacy for a mayor again? What are your specific agenda for your campaign?
Actually, I don't have a new agenda. My agenda to stay on is that I have already devoted 13 years of volunteer service to the city, and we have got this city on a great track. We're heading the right direction. We have great development. We have great new homes. Everything is going well, and I want to make sure that we stay on that very same track, and that we continue managing our development and just exciting new prospects, and we have lots of visions for Euless.
Mayor, what do you do in your current term of mayor?
The first thing that we really got going was the Glade Parks development. We were very, very patient about that because we had talked about that when I was first elected in 2004. And they were able to purchase that property from the family. It was a family-owned property. And the developer ended up going bankrupt. So we had to sit and wait it out and wait it out and wait it out. And finally it was purchased by a subsidiary of the Bass Brothers. And then we were able to work with them so effectively. And now Glade Parks is thriving. And we have lots of new things coming. A movie theater that's going to open in July. We have a lifestyle center that is almost fully leased already, and that will start construction very shortly. And then, of course, we have our other development just south of 183 in Industrial Boulevard.
Now, I'd like to ask a little bit different question for you, Mrs. Linda. Most of people are complaining that the public water of Euless is not drinkable. It smells. So, do you have any plan for improving the quality?
I have to agree that oftentimes our water doesn't taste great. Generally what that is when we use well water versus the TRA water. But we do that to save money for the taxpayers. Using our own well water is cheaper, but by contract we can only use a limited amount, and we realize there's specific times of the year when it doesn't taste great. It is perfectly 100% safe, but our wells are getting old. We are currently budgeting to rehabilitate many of the wells, and once we are able to rehabilitate them one at a time, because it's very, very expensive, I think you'll notice a definite improvement in the taste.
In your term, what kind of improvement did you do for education system of Euless?
Well, I don't think our school system needs improvement. Our children in this city are lucky to attend two of the top-rated school districts in the state of Texas, Grapevine Colleyville and HEB ISD. They're both ranked very, very highly in both fiscal management and their education process. As a city leader, the only thing that we can do is support them and work with them. But we as a city do not have any control over the education system. That's strictly the state and the school districts. But we support them greatly because they are doing a wonderful job with our children.
You already mentioned that Euless is a diverse city. A lot of Asian, African, European people are living in Euless. A lot of Nepalese people are living in Euless. So, do you want to say something to Nepalese community?
I want to say thank you to the Nepali community for including me this year in the Holi Festival. I truly enjoyed it. We have one of the things I am most proud of in Euless is our diversity. We are such a diverse community. You look at our elementary schools. You look at HEB ISD. There are over 72 languages spoken within the HEB ISD system, which is just absolutely incredible. Money Magazine has now twice rated Euless as one of the top states to live, among the top best cities to live in. In 2009, we were number 34. Last year, they ranked us number 18. Top best city in the United States to live in. I am so proud of that, and I'm so proud to be the mayor of this community, and we truly are fabulous.
Mrs. Linda, on behalf of my entire team, I want to thank you for your time. Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming to visit me. I appreciate each and every one of you.
To all of our viewers, we are talking with Mayor of Euless, Mrs. Linda Martin. Thank you for watching Himalayakhabar.